Hello my craft friends, welcome back to Sweet Bay Lane. My name's Tracy in case you're new here, and in this video we're going to be doing some fun actual gift ideas, or maybe you would just like to make them for yourself, but they're going to be very high quality and your recipient or yourself will really appreciate the gifts. But anyways, we're going to start our first DIY project with a piece of 1x12. And I just got my 1x12 at Lowe's. You can get it wherever you purchase your lumber. And if you don't have a saw, they will cut stuff for you there. So just keep that in mind. But anyway, we start by measuring out our piece of wood. And I want the bottom piece to be a 12 inches. So we're going to just measure our 12 inches. And then what I like to do on this one is we're just going to draw a very gentle, light line across our board like this. Just very light so you can still see it, but it's easily erased if you choose to do so. Then, now that we have this measured, it's 12 inches on the bottom. We're going to take and, let me get my other ruler for this one because this one's so old that it doesn't even have its little marks on it. It just has the inches marks and some half-inch marks, but the rest is like you're just guessing. I think I need a new ruler. Anyway, moving on, we're going to take this ruler here that I have. It's actually, what do they call this thing? Steel framing square. Okay, so we're going to take that and we're going to measure our piece. Now, this 1x12 measures 11 inches and 1/4. So we need to find the center. So half of 11 is 5.5, and then 1/4. So we're going to divide our quarter in half, and then that's going to be 5 and what is that? 5 and 7/8? 5 and, oh, I don't know. Anyways, it's 5.5 and the 1/4 passed. Let me just look this up. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, so I did look it up and I was right, but don't tell my dad I had to look it up. He's been in construction his whole life, retired framing carpenter, so yeah. Anyway, so it's going to be, the full measurement is 11 and 1/8. So we are going to divide that in half, and it's going to be 5 and 9/16. So that's our center. So from our center, I want to go out, I think I want to go out just an inch, maybe, yeah, an inch. We'll go out an inch from each side of our halfway measurement. Okay, so perfect. So now we're going to do 1 inch on each side of our center mark. Then I want this to be, I think I want it to be 4 inches. Let's see. Yeah, so we're going to do, yeah, we'll do 4 inches because that way it'll be right at my, this knot here. But it's going to be the knot on the side, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I'll do 3. Do I want to do 4? Yeah, we'll do 4. Okay, so we're going to do 4. And then, yeah, we'll do 4. 4 inches. Then we're going to take our other straight edge ruler because it has a little lip on it. See the little lip? Oh boy, this thing's been through some things, man. All right, so now we're going to take, and we're just going to draw a gentle little line right there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and draw, there might be easier ways to do this, but oh boy, for now, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing, ma'am. All right, so we're going to take and measure, we'll find the center down here as well, because I want it to be spot on. And then we're going to have our little handle area right here. So now what we need to do is take this outside and cut it. Now I'm going to just be using the standard skill saw. And it's kind of more rustic cut, but that's what I want. I want it to kind of be like a rustic piece. So let's go ahead and I'll try and take you outside and maybe get some shots of me cutting it so you can see how I cut it. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, you know what? Let's do this too. I want to do this too, because what I do is I start by cutting the top off, and we want that to be a line across, because I like to draw my line and then it's easier to saw that way, I feel. I'm sure there's other ways to do this because I'm not a professional here. I'm just doing what I know anyways. And I'm sharing it with you. So let me try and set you up outside. And if not, if you don't see that part, it wasn't possible because it's kind of a little messy outside, rain and stuff like that. But anyways, we'll try it. So let's go ahead and do that and I'll see you outside. All right, so first, what we're going to do is we're going to saw this off, this extra piece. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we have that sawed off. See, we have that sawed off. Now we're going to saw in and then down. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think, yeah, do I want to do it at the side? Yeah, I'll do it at the edge. So let's go ahead and do that. See, I sawed right up to the edge there. So let's go ahead. You know what? Actually, let's do this first. Let's saw down and get this square out first, because that way it'll give us more strength. So let's go ahead. Now let's see if I did this correctly, because okay, so now you can see how I sawed it out, cut it out, and you'll see like the little marks there, but that's okay because we can sand those out, but we have a little bit left here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our sander and sand that out. This one's kind of actually bigger than I like, but that's okay. We'll get it taken care of. So we're going to just take some sandpaper. Actually, let me go get my sander and we'll do that. All right, so we're back inside from our sanding. Now, one of the things I would advise, see, like I want it to be rustic, but if you wanted to use a jigsaw, you could do that. That's a little more precise. But I wanted to try and do mine with my skill saw, so that's why I did it that way. But also, I cut a little too far into my handle. I think that's one of the things I think I did wrong, because I made one maybe like a month or so ago, and I didn't cut in as far, and I just broke the wood and then sanded out the leftover corner, trimmed it and then sanded it out, and it came out really kind of super straight. But like I said, I don't mind because I want this to be a rustic piece. So now what we're going to do with our piece, and you'll see like, and then I actually sanded in deeper grooves in the back there because I wanted my hand to be able to hold it. And when you grip it, it kind of lets your fingers go in the back side, and you can like hold it like that. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to do is I'm going to stain mine, and I'm going to stain mine in, what is this, the oak? I'm going to go ahead and stain mine in this oak. So let's go ahead and get started doing that. Okay, for this next step, we are going to take, now that our board has dried, we're going to take this initial stencil that I cut out on my silhouette machine. Now I'm using a new stencil product, and it's called the 405 basic stencil material. It's from Hobby Lobby. So I usually don't have a lot of luck with any kind of stencil material. That's why I use the shelf liner, contact paper, but let's give this a try because it seems like it's not super sticky, but it's sticky enough to do the stencil but not tear up the paint or the stain below it. So let's give it a whirl. See, it came off. Okay, well, you know what? That stencil did not work, so I do not recommend, well, at least for this project. Now I have another project that I want to do and try that stencil material, but for this one, I didn't trust it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take some of this peel and stick duck shelf liner, and we're going to cut it down to 12 inches wide. And I think I'm going to do like maybe 15 inches long just to give it enough room to cut in my silhouette machine. Yeah, that'll be good. All right. And you know, the good part about this is you don't have to worry about wasting it because it's so super affordable. All right, so now we have our piece that will go into our silhouette machine or our Cricut. And I don't even use a, I don't use a mat or anything because, you know, I found that to be quite annoying, if I'm being honest. So what I do is I feed it into my silhouette machine and then I dial down the pressure so it doesn't cut through the backside because it is thinner. So I just dial it down to, I think it's like 6, but I have an older Cameo machine, so right about 5 or 6 is perfect for this. So let me go ahead and recut our initial and then I'll be right back. All right, so I wanted to show you guys what I do to keep it from cutting through. Let me find my arrow here. Now I turn my force down to 5 and then I turn my speed down to 4. So let's go ahead and cut out our initial. All right, so now we have our paper cut out, our shelf liner paper, and our initial cut out. So now we're going to stick it on. Now, what I didn't like about the other vinyl, the other stencil material, is it was not sticky enough. So maybe for my other project it will be, but for this one it just wasn't sticking. I don't know, maybe it was the stain. I'm not really sure, but let's go ahead and see. All right, well, sorry about that. My camera battery died, so I don't know where I lost you guys, but anyway. Now we're going to take and we're going to stencil we're going to paint our stencil. And I'm going to be using black and a makeup sponge. So let's go ahead and start doing that. And I don't know if you guys want me to speed ahead or chit chat. I know some of you like to chit chat, so I'm happy about that because, yeah, I love talking. I love it. Anyways, so I'm not sure what story you heard. Hopefully you heard my, maybe not hopefully, all my crazy stories. Anyway, so now we're getting this done, and I think we're going to let this dry a little bit, and then we're going to remove it. Now, I don't know if I need to do another layer, so let's let this dry, and then we'll continue on. Okay, so we're back, and I let it dry a little bit, and I don't think I need a second coat, so let's go ahead and just peel it and see what we have here. Look at how cute that looks. Ah, I love it. I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to let this dry completely, and then what I'm going to do is, I see a little mark there that I'll probably touch up with some, either maybe some sandpaper and some stain, or maybe I'll just paint some black over it to kind of make it a little bit cleaner line, but everything else looks good. So I'm going to let this dry, and then we're going to continue on, and we're going to paint it with a couple coats of clear coat. Now we're back in from spraying the clear coat on our board, and I think it looks so good. I like that rustic, like, edging there. It looks so rough and rustic, and it feels perfect in your hand. It really does. It feels great in your hand. And then this is the one I made maybe like a month ago just to try it, and it's so cute too. I love it. It's a little bit thicker handle and a little shorter, but I'm actually thinking that I like the thinner handle. Well, for my hand anyway, because it's a smaller, my hand is smaller, but I think they're so cute. But how I would finish mine up is make it a gift, and I would take some velvet ribbon and make a bow. So let's go ahead and do that and see what it looks like. I think it's going to look adorable. So I'm going to put a green bow on this one because it's fall and it's going to be given during the fall time. So, and how I'm going to do that so I don't mess up the board so they can just remove it is what I'm going to do is take a piece of the ribbon and cut a piece of the ribbon, and then we're just going to glue it together, like we're just going to glue it to itself so it's totally free and can come right off. So that's what we're going to do. Hopefully my glue gun's hot. Yeah, it's hot. Okay. So we're just going to glue it to the ribbon itself. Don't get it on the board. I mean, unless you want it on the board, then get it on the board. But anyways, we're going to just take and glue that to itself. And then we have it like that. We have the little band, but there's nothing glued to our board, so it stays pristine and nice. And then we'll take our bow and glue it to the ribbon. So that way you can just cut the ribbon off, and the bow, if they don't want it on there, your recipient, your gift recipient. And we're just going to put that on there like that. You could also drill a hole too. In your handle if you'd like. You can do that as well, but I'm going to keep mine the way it is. And then once you get your bow stuck down, then you have this cute little like breadboard kind of decor, and I think it's so cute. Hey my craft friends, if you like what you see so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you here at Sweet Bay Lane. Okay, for DIY number 2, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. And we're going to be doing something to this cute little sweatshirt. Now, I purchased this sweatshirt at Walmart. And it's one of their like oversized. They sell them. They actually have them out now. And they usually start out at like $13 something, $94. And then they'll go to like $10. But anyways, I love them. And I pick up a new couple colors every year, but this one is from last year and I think it is so cute. So we're going to turn this into something really, really cute and special and customized. So this would make a great gift too. And you could do whatever you want. So let's go ahead and get started, and then I'll talk you through it. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to take these stencils. Now we're going to try this stencil material one more time. We're going to give it a try, and I hope it works out, especially on my sweatshirt. And we're going to paint it with some fabric paint. Now, I got this from Walmart, and it came in like a pack of all different colors. So I got that, and we're going to do black. And I need, let's see. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do, hold on 1 minute. I need to get a piece of cardboard. Hold on. Okay, so I'm back with my cardboard. And we're going to start by, well, what I did is I printed out these little stencils on my Silhouette machine. And I printed out Dog Mom. And I made it kind of a curve. And then I cut out my dog's names. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the Dog Mom part, and I'm hoping this works. But we're going to take this off, and we're going to put our stencil down along our collar. And I think this is so cute. We're going to put it right here like this on the side of our collar here. And we're just going to press it down. And I'm actually going to put this cardboard under there because I don't want my paint to bleed through when we're painting it. And we're going to make sure it's underneath the cardboard, which it is. And then we're going to try and take this off. So hopefully we can. Hopefully we can remove this transfer tape. I'm hoping it's stuck better than it did to the... Oh yeah, it looks like it's working for this actually. So that's good. That's good news. Good news. But you could probably just use vinyl too, I'm assuming. Whatever you have that's sticky. And I think these are going to make great gifts. Now, I also, what I'm going to do too is make some and put like grandma on there. That would be so fun, wouldn't it? That would be so fun. Okay, so we got that on. We're going to press that into it. Okay, so now we're going to take our black fabric paint. And we are going to take, wait a minute, we need a makeup sponge. Where are my makeup sponges? Oh, there they are. They've almost fallen back. Okay, here they go. And I just get my makeup sponges at Target. That's the best price. And they're really nice closed. Like they're a really dense foam, so they're perfect to paint with. Okay, so now we're going to take and just paint our stencil. So, oh my gosh, fingers crossed, right? Ah, I don't want to ruin my sweatshirt, but... Oh, that's nice, that paint. Okay. All right, let's do it. Oh my gosh, we're committing, we're committing. We're committing. It's looking like it's working, so hopefully, right? Hopefully. This is the first time I've done this, so we're doing it together. Doing it together. So, are you guys ready for Christmas DIYs? You guys still want regular DIYs? I don't know. I'm just ready to move on, if I'm quite honest, to Christmas. I have so many fun projects that I want to do that I never get to because you get so busy and, you know, the holidays come so fast. It's like, wow, what happened? Where was I? It was just the end of August. Now all of a sudden it's the first of the year and I'm thinking, what? I got none of my projects done. Ah. So this year I think I'm going to start early. So if you guys want to start early with me, let me know. I'm happy to start. Okay, so let's see. Now it says to let it dry between coats, but here I am just being impatient. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. Okay, it looks good actually. Okay, so now, here's the suit. We get to peel it. Oh my goodness. Should we let it dry first? Let's see what the instructions say on the paint. Let's see. Let dry in between coats. Oops. All right. Well, don't do what I do. What not to do when you're crafting with Tracy. All right. Let's see here. Let dry in between. Apply 1 to 2 coats of paint. Let dry flat for 4 hours. After 72 hours, fabric can be washed. Permanent. This is permanent. You don't have to iron it. You don't have to do anything. Okay. All right, yeah. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to peel my stencil and then let it dry while I continue on with my other step. Let's see if it... Oh my goodness. Look at how clean that is. Oh, whoa. Whoa. I love it. Do you love it? Oh my gosh, I do. I love it. Let's see. Are we going to push it if we try to get these out? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, we got it. We got it. Oh my goodness, you guys. I love it so stinking much. Yeah, I'm making more of these for gifts. They are so stinking cute. And now I could have actually made this like a different color. But, okay, we don't, let's not get crazy, okay? We're going to stick with the black for now. All right, so let me go wash my hands and then we'll continue on. Okay, so now we've cut down our cardboard. We don't need it in there anymore, and it actually didn't even go through the material. It was so thick. But we're going to take our sleeve. Actually, I have dog hair on my sleeve. We're going to take our sleeve and we are going to put, well, I'm going to put my dog's names on my sleeve. Now, do I want them on the front of my sleeve so people see them? I think I do, actually. I think I do. I've seen them both ways. I've seen them on the back and I've seen them on the front, but I think I'm going to go with front. Yeah, I want them on the front, so we're going to stick our cardboard in there, in the sleeve. Do you guys have any pets? Dogs, cats, birds? We've had it all. We've had it all. At one point we had cats, birds, and dogs. Anyway, it's fun. Now we're just down to one little doggy. Yellow Labrador. Okay, so now we're going to take, and I'm going to be using my little dog now, and also the dogs that we recently lost in the last few years. So I'm going to put them in order like this, and then we're going to put little Rivy like that. So you could also do this like kind of memorial thing for someone who maybe has recently lost a pet. I think that would be sweet too. But so let's go ahead and start. Let's start with this one first and see where we're at. And I might just do the one name, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I think I might just do the one name. I'll do Little Rivy right now. And then I'll see. Because you can do, like, if you're doing this project for, like, say, a grandparent or a mom, you can put mother or whatever up here, and then you could just list the kids down here, like grandmother, and then just list the grandkids, or mother and list the kids. I think that would be so precious. But we're gonna do dog mom, so we're gonna take our stencil, we're gonna put it on there. And you'll have to let me know if you like these kinds of DIYs, because you can't, I like to change it up. I like to do all different DIYs myself, personally. But I do tend to lean towards wood DIYs, but I actually like all of them, if I'm being honest. I was reading an article where doing hobbies, like having hobbies like knitting and crafts and things is very, very good for you. Good for your mental health and your actual health, and to help you relax and de-stress, which, trust me, I can use that. So stressful just being a human nowadays. Okay, so now we're just going to take our little paint and lightly start. Now this one I'm going to probably have to hold because it's little. It's just little stencil. We start just lightly tapping, and then we can start filling in as we go. But this is really amazing. The stencil, that 405 or whatever they call it from Hobby Lobby, that works perfect for this, actually. The other thing, not so much, but it could have been that, I was doing it on stain, because sometimes stain is hard to get things to stick to. I think that's good though. I think we got it. So shall we look? Oh, I'm so nervous with the little one. All right, let's move it up here where you guys can see it. Sorry if I get like the thing up here and you catch yourself like trying to look up, like what are we doing over there? But anyway, so I got to remember to keep it to the center. But here we go. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Oh, it looks pretty good. Yes. It looks good, you guys. All right. I'm so excited. Okay, so now we got to take and peel the R's center out. And then the E. Okay, yes, that looks so good. And then the little paw has a little tiny heart in it. So let's peel that too. Now that didn't do so good, but you know what? It looks good enough. I'm gonna leave it because it just looks cute, I think. So now we have our cute little sweatshirt. Isn't that adorable? So now when you wear it, it's going to be on your arm right here on your arm, and then this will be up by your collar. All right, my craft friends, that wraps it up for these two fun DIY projects. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, make sure and keep it crafty.